the confessional singer-songwriter thing. It's really tired.
Okay, yeah, new record.
Yes.
For your previous record, you went to the desert to get some inspiration. Where did you go this time to get your inspiration?
I actually, on my time off, bought a cabin in Vermont, so I wound up just sort of going up there quite a lot. It felt weird to go somewhere else when I had this cabin waiting for me. I mostly need isolation. I sort of, I don't know how much I pick up from the surroundings.
Okay, could you describe the place a little bit?
Yeah, it's 60 acres, and it's mostly deciduous trees, a lot of sugar maples, and it's a log cabin set back in the woods on top of a small river, creek. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's heaven.
Why do you need that isolation for you to come with new songs?
I'm really easily distracted. It's, you know, I want no access to email, I want no phone calls, because it's not that I'm worried about other people interrupting me, it's about me trying to avoid working, you know, or playing even, or practicing, just by, you know, it's just so easy, especially now, like way worse than it was. I mean, when I first started touring, I was doing it without a cell phone. You know, I'd have to get a little phone card and check my answering machine at home every once in a while, and so I just feel so hooked in all the time, so I need to disengage.
Okay, and when you're at such a place, is it something like you work for all the time, or do you still get distracted by some other things in your surroundings?
Well, if I'm really in the mode, it's all work. You know, going for a long walk is sort of part of it. See, that's writing is kind of, you know, when a writer's staring out the window half the time they're working, they're not mulling over things, but you just sort of have to empty out in order to be able to take anything in. And so a lot of what it is actually just sort of like emptying out and meditating and eating well and, you know, and doing what you need to do. And, you know, you kind of mend the nets, sort of waiting for the tide to be right to go out in the boat. It's the only way I can kind of put it. But you know, it winds up making for better, more honest music if you can kind of, if you're not afraid of yourself, or if you're not thinking about business. Or, yeah, it's a drag. You don't want your right brain and your left brain to function at the same time.
And if you're at such a place, do you only write the lyrics, or maybe the music itself as well, or how can we see that?
It depends. I rarely write lyrics first. I mean, every once in a while I'll write a poem that I decide to rejig to set to music, and I've liked some of the stuff about that. Mostly it happens a little more organically than usually. You know, I'll be on a walk and a melody will come into my head, and I'll sort of, you know, this line that I had written down a few days before seems to fit really nicely with it, and I'll sing it for a while, and then some more will come to me, and I'll jot it down. And mostly it's sort of waiting for it to let you know what it wants to be.